Hey guys, how's it going? It's Siege Gaming here. Today I'm going to do a quick little video on how and why I chose my main and why I think that you should main Priest as well. So this video is mainly going to be me playing Disc Priest because that is what I plan to use throughout the expansion. I've kind of tested with other specs like Shadow, and if I'm going to play Shadow I might as well play Warlock, and then if I play Holy I might as well play a Holy Pally. So that's how I think upon it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to focus on Dist in this video. So with that said, let's get right into it. So we'll go ahead and start off with Mythic Pluses. Why do I think Priest are so good at Mythic Pluses? Well, in Discipline they have a few moves. They have a lot of AoE healing that help with mobs. It's not too much AoE damage, but AoE healing. If you do the right combo with Power Word Radiance and maybe a good penance, your team is going to go up like 20% on average between everyone. Now that is only one little combo, but it's just something that it's pretty big that kind of highlights Priest for me. Plus with your shields, you're always going to have that little extra help for the tank. And then Shadow Mend is just a super strong single heal. And one thing is that is nice, if you ever get kicked or interrupted in Holy, then it's going to go ahead and you can just spam Shadow Mend, and then vice versa, if you get kicked in Shadow, then you can just spam a majority of your other abilities like Penance. Now let's talk about damage. So you have about 5 main damaging move, I'd say. So you have Shadow Fiend, maybe you'll use that on bosses or bigger mobs, get that extra healing in. You have Smite. Only problem with Smite is it builds a shield for the opponent. So maybe one thing you could do is smite one opponent, switch the next, and then try to do it again. Keep on like kind of cycling that, and maybe wait for the damage shield to go away. And then you have Purge the Wicked, which is a constant dot. That's one thing I do at the beginning of every fight. I try to dot everything up. And then if the team needs healing right away, then I'm going to have to maybe do a Power Word Radiance, spread it out a little bit. And then you have Holy Nova. It's not too much damage, healing a little bit. And then you also have Penance, and you have quite a bit of buffs with Penance. So some you can see a void at the top of my screen right now, and it basically just increases the damage of Penance I do, or the damage of Penance by 50% against mobs. And now let's talk about instant defensives or anything that maybe it could save a team member's life. So we have pain suppression, which is a very big thing for tanks or anything. If you know damage is coming in, then you can just go ahead and pain suppress them. It is a 3-minute cooldown, which is quite unfortunate, but if you're ever in a boss fight, it comes quite useful. So if you pay close attention in this boss fight, I use my other 2 defensives. One was in or actually both of them were in a pretty useless manner, but I tried to display them as much as I could. So if you watch here, this is kind of just a demonstration. I see that a Fell Portal Guardian needs to be destroyed in the back, so I go ahead and throw a Penance on it with a atonement on with a stack of atonement on the tank. And then right here, if you rewind a little bit, you're going to be able to see that I tried to life grip someone into the bubble because they were not in, and I missed them just barely. So next time maybe I could have just prepared for that a little bit earlier and kind of thought of it. And then also right about here I use my Luminous Barrier, which is pretty much a Power Word shield instantly for everyone in the group at a pretty low mana cost, but it's also at a 3-minute cooldown, so you're gonna have to be careful when you use that. And I just used that Luminous Barrier to try to save someone's life, but it looked like they were just a little bit out, and unfortunately I didn't make it. So with all that being said, I think that Disc Priests are going to reign superior on Mythic Pluses because they have a lot damage. I think that's the biggest thing, is they're going to be able to get through bosses quicker and make sure they get their Mythic Plus in time. Their healing output is semi-strong. I definitely think that some other moves could be a little bit stronger. But other than that, I think they are a pretty solid pick. And then now let's move on to Battlegrounds. So with Battlegrounds, I think that Disc Priests are very, very, very strong. I think they're going to be strong in the future too with rated Battlegrounds because there's someone that can kind of even out their numbers by putting out a lot of damage, by putting out a lot of healing, and you're a really important target to the enemy team because you're always doing so much that they almost need to kill you, so they're gonna have to focus you. So then that lets your DPS kind of have more free room to do a little bit more damage, and maybe even kill the people that are after you. So I think that Disc Priests are very strong because you can spread your atonement very, very well with 2 power radiant stacks. It's gonna, if you get lucky, it's gonna go on to 10 people, and you can go ahead and dot up the whole enemy team. You're pretty much gonna be a druid, just a little bit better because you're gonna be doing even more damage. So, and then if your luminous barrier here is gonna be huge because if y'all drop onto 1 point and you see tons and tons of people low health, you can just go and press luminous barrier, and there's gonna need to be no healing done for just a little bit, and it'll let you catch up on if you ever fell behind. And then a few other things. In your honor talents or your PvP talents, they allow you to have both Archangel and Dark Archangel, which I think is broken. It may not be the smartest, but I definitely think it's the funnest because you can just go and pop. You can pretty much pop anything, and you just saw my survivability there. I lived through about 3. I lived through a rogue, a pally, and a mage going after me. So I definitely do have survivability. I also have fear. Get tons and tons of people off of me. So I think this is why I think that priests are definitely going to dominate in the battleground area. And then as for arena, my arena partner is unfortunately out of town, so we're just going to have to watch some more battleground footage. I think arena is going to be strong. I don't think in 2s that they're going to be super, super good, but I'm more into 3s over anything. So, but in 3s, I think that they have a perfect number. A lot of things line up. You can your powered radiance is going to hit everyone no matter what. So you're always going to have that atonement or easy atonement to grant on a target. And then you can always apply that damage. And then you have a lot of CC. You do only have fear. But if you're playing against a druid, you can do dispel magic on an enemy player to get rid of some hots. And then also you have your stand buff, which is amazing. And then one of the biggest things and one of the most annoying things that I tend to do in arena is mind control. If you coordinate with your team and they're bursting, and you go ahead and look for a good mind control, and maybe their healer or someone that's going to CC their burst, you always want to make sure to do that, and it'll really make your team happy. Then also Leap of Faith comes in handy again, where you can just bring them to, if they're getting bursted on by double DK, double melee, which happens a lot nowadays, you're easily going to be able to counter that with that. And then if they come to you, just go ahead and fear. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know if you changed your mind. Maybe you want to be a priest now. If you do, I totally agree with you, because I'm pretty sure priest is the superior class. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. But for real though, look at those numbers. Those numbers are hot, dude.